Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the 8-Bit Nation World Tour episode 3. We got a little update for you. I intended to make this video kind of more like a classic Minecraft video instead of just like me doing stuff and then updating it. But I'm not good at recording, so it didn't turn out like that, unfortunately. So I'm just going to do like an update again. So this is what I was working on. It's a moss farm that I had built before. And the moss farm is actually underneath. So I can run this thing. And yeah, simple moss farm. Just looked up a tutorial online. And that's what happens. Build a moss farm. It works great. And then I put this house on it. So a couple things, or one thing kind of major was I wanted to be able to see the church from down here. And so I couldn't build that too high. But I had already put the farm there and I didn't want to move it. So I made a smaller house than what I was intending to begin with. But I wanted to make it as small as possible, and then I had to raise the floor up over the moss farm, and so it made it difficult, I would say, to say the least. But it ended up turning out pretty good, I think, and a little unique with this like raised area. So, you know, obviously these blocks can't go on a lower half slab, so it was kind of weird. I started by just putting them on half slabs and having them raised up, but then obviously you were way short of it. So, yeah, I just decided, well, let's raise this part of the floor up and then we'll do it that way. So, because this is a moss farm, you know, very green in here, the roof was kind of awkward, so I thought, well, you know, it's where I'm going to get my moss, so I might as well make it kind of a mossy roof. Partially because I was in Seattle. I went to a bachelor party with Shade and some other buddies, and yeah, flew out all the way to Seattle, and they have a bunch of roofs out there. Went to the Space Needle, and you can see a bunch of roofs with a bunch of gardens and stuff. So I was like, well, yeah, let's do that. And then, yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Not anything really done to the outside out here, but we'll get to that eventually, hopefully. And then I made a, basically a little cave where, it's, you know, it's kind of a lush cave. But this is where we collect the moss. So I, you know, obviously took a lot of stuff from lush caves and some dripstone. Oh, yep, I didn't put that there, so that's starting to make a, what is it, stalactite? Which one's the top one? One's stalactite, the other one's stalagmite. So I don't know which one that one is. I want to say it's a stalagmite, but I'm not sure. And then, yeah, I took, some things from other places and yeah, made my own little lush cave. So basically the plan is to kind of recreate something similar to this, but maybe not exactly, and do a pale moss farm. Oh, and we updated also. That's why we have these bars, and these now can turn into, go from copper to the oxidized copper, which is pretty cool. Little changes. So yeah, that's this build. And then I started on, oh yeah, and then I did like this path with this like retaining wall. So that retaining wall eventually will stretch here to here, and then I can put more buildings up here. So there might be another moss building here, or maybe something else. Who knows? And then we'll make some staircases that way you can access this level. So there'll be a bunch of like levels essentially over here on this hill. And then I didn't actually fly there. So we'll go up here next to the church. Still haven't done the inside of the church. It's basically completely bare in there. I've played around with it a couple times and just didn't come up with anything I loved yet. So it's still a work in progress. But, you know, you got a church, you need a cemetery. So I did this today. It's pretty cool. It's definitely not done. Still a work in progress. But I thought I was building this, which apparently is a mausoleum. We were talking about today. We're like, I didn't even know what this thing was called, to be honest. But I just kind of started building, and I wanted to use some lighter colors because of the church. And a lot of this might change. I might change these, or at least texture them up a little bit. Maybe add more of the copper bars in there, because like I like this version of them. I don't know if that's the most oxidized version, or maybe there's one step further, but like those greenish colors I think works really well with this. So, but I thought, hey, I've been wondering where I should put my portal, and figured this is a great spot. So since you don't have to make the portals even numbers anymore. Obviously that was a change a long time ago. But like, yeah, and kind of gives me an excuse not to really have to. I mean, I could decorate more inside here for sure, and I might, but like, yeah, it just makes it a good spot, and it makes sense. I wanted to put it like in the church or below the church or something like that, but I think this is a good idea. So yeah. So this is this is the update for episode 3. Hopefully next update I'll have this maybe totally finished, and who knows, maybe a better recorded video next time where like my clips don't have crazy differences between how loud they sound. Wouldn't that be cool if I could learn how to do that? Pretty sweet. Anyway, appreciate everyone that's watched. And let me know if you got any ideas for maybe like tombstones in here or something, because I think these work. These definitely work. I also don't have like, I thought it'd be like a good idea to put animals that have died in here. But I don't actually think I have any like dogs or anything that I've named that have died, or horses, so it's kind of empty right now. But yeah, let me know. Or maybe if you just comment on the video, I'll put you in the cemetery. That could be a cool idea, I guess. So, appreciate everyone that's watched, and we'll see you on the